What's up, Reapers? My name's Scythe, and today we are going to be starting the PixARK series. Now, there's going to be a couple things that we got to talk about just before we end up getting into things, in that we're going to be starting the series on single player, but as the server, like I'm going to end up having a private server where I'm going to be playing with some of the guys from Discord, as well as some sponsors and stuff like that. That server... That's we're gonna end up slowly transitioning to that eventually over time, but for right now I just want to start recording this game and just get into it, right? So we're gonna do local, and then I just kind of want to show you guys that all of this stuff exists. So we're gonna have the nighttime speed super duper fast, daytime speed a little bit slower, yada yada yada. Resources, harvest amount is gonna be ×2. Harvesting health means how long you can end up actually attacking a resource, thus meaning how much more resources you end up actually getting out of it. Obviously, we're gonna have that cranked a little bit, and then the respawn timer is a little lower. Kind of gotta tweak some of this stuff. I didn't mess with any of the player damage, structure damage, or anything like that, so for the most part, that is just going to end up being vanilla. Outside of the taming speed, I want to be ×2, because even though this game does actually have faster taming speed than ARK, it does still get a little bit gross for some of the creatures. And yes, if you're wondering, this game is a complete copy of ARK. Actually, just kidding, it's made by the same developers. So anyways, XP multiplayer is going to be 3 times as well. You can do hardcore mode. We're going to set it up to PvP, blah, 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 blah. And you can always go into creative mode, but who cares? Thankfully, you can set up multiple characters. So I'm going to add a new character, and we're also going to add a new map. So the new map is going to be, let's just call this Season 1. Because I don't know what'll end up happening. And then we got a very fancy, nice looking loading screen that's actually just a bunch of screenshots kind of spliced together, and just it looks really cool. Kind of gives a prime example of what you can end up making a base look like in the end game, which, oh, the building sucks in this game too. It really does. But now we get to the character customization, so this is gonna be pretty cool. Do we want to spawn in the center of the map? I think we do. You can kind of choose the starting clothes that your character has. We can either be this idiot, or this idiot. That's all the options that they actually have right now. We're just going to go with this. And then there's a couple different hairstyles. Honestly, there's not really that much to choose from just yet. But I don't know. I kind of just figure, like, may as well make our character look like a moron, right? There is going to be a female version of characters as well, but we're just going to stick with the normal dude, right? Make him a little bit evil. He also can either have these eyeballs or just like dot eyes, which is kind of weird and kind of sad at the same time, but I like having those crazy eyes, dude, like seriously. And I'm going to take a green to go with my normal colors, and then we're going to end up taking purple, which I know is going to look quite ridiculous for his other colors here, just because green and purple is like my favorite. We can either give him a big lumberjack beard, sideburns, okay, I don't know, whatever that is supposed to be, a little goatee, or an evil mustache. Like, he looks like such an evil villain. I kind of like it the way that it is. And then there's the jewelry style, which is going to end up being his earrings and stuff. But rather than messing around with any of that stuff, we have actually got, like, he can either have a bleeding nose, we can have a pipe, we can have an eye patch, so he can really play the villain part, a pacifier, sunglasses, or these weird disgusting lips. We're gonna take the eye patch just so that we're like a proper villain, right? And then you can also kind of modify the character to being very similar to like ARK characters, where you can kind of change like their head size and stuff like that. And you can make your characters look pretty ridiculous, man. Outside of the fact that it's like, because you're a voxel character, it doesn't really like look as good as it normally does in ARK. Like, when you make your character look ridiculous, it looks ridiculous, whereas in this game, it's just stretching like one specific part of the body frame, and that's all there kind of really is to it, right? So it's still pretty cool though. I want to give him just, I don't know, we'll probably just go for a normal dude, maybe longer arms, big shoulders. Lower arms can be a little bit thinner, I guess, and then his leg length can be a little bit more, just because he's got to try and survive, right? He's got to have those nice big calves too, make him really strong, and then give him really big or tiny, let's just give him tiny little feet. Survivor name Joey? Sure, Joey 1, just so that I can kind of keep track of things. And let's spawn at rally number 5. That's how you spawn in the world, which I absolutely love. Okay, get a nice little look at the terrain. Whoa, we got a dungeon generated right beside us, guys. Oh my gosh, that's really, really cool that we ended up getting a structure like that. Now, obviously we're gonna have to start doing all the tutorializing stuff, chopping down trees, getting ourselves some resources and everything like that. It's really cool though. Like, seriously, I love this game. I'm really excited to start the series with all of you guys and gals watching. Press the I key and apply your property points because we ended up leveling up. Let's get ourselves a little bit more damage. And then for the engrams, we can get ourselves the campfire, which instantly unlocks all of the food and everything like that. I don't know if we can end up getting... Yes, we can. No, we don't have enough engram points to get any more of the clothes, which is a bit disappointing. But either way, let's do running so that we can end up chopping down some more of these trees right here. Very, very soon, we're going to end up getting our hands on like an axe and a pick and everything like that. And that's the whole thing, guys, is it's like I had to crank up some of the settings just so that the gameplay was going to be a bit faster, because otherwise this is a very, very slow game. Like, it's not as slow as Ark. I'll give it that. Don't get me wrong, okay? But it is definitely going to take a long time for us to get through this series. And I'm really excited about it, dude. Like, seriously, because I love Ark. I'm a huge fan of the game. I loved playing it on the channel. But it was very difficult for me to play on the channel just because of the type of game that it is, and also just the fact that, you know, it's very unoptimized and stuff like that. But this game, like, I'm super duper excited for this. Like, look at this. Doesn't the world look beautiful? Like another voxel game that I can end up playing on the channel that's very similar to Trove, which is the main game that I play on the channel. And I'm ecstatic, you know, like seriously, a voxel version of Ark, which in my opinion, this game is already like, you know, lots of people are probably going to compare it to Minecraft. I've seen lots of Minecrafter channels actually playing this game, and I'm really excited about it because I always loved watching Minecrafters like play Ark in general. So I'm really hoping some of my favorite content creators like Etho and B000100, I really hope that they start series on this game as well, because I just think that would be great. And that's where, like I said at the beginning, let's tame this creature right here. He's level 50. Yikes. Like I said at the beginning, we're going to be starting this series in our single player world, and then we'll have two options. Okay, guys? We're either going to migrate our character over to a multiplayer world, or we're going to continue two simultaneous series. Maybe. I don't know. Most likely we're just going to end up bumping ourselves over to the server, because obviously things are going to end up playing a lot faster when we're with multiple people and stuff like that. Now, we can see right here that it's trying to teach us that you can right click at any time with an empty hand, and then you can end up scanning creatures in the environment. So you can see we can scan that guy over in the distance right there, but he's kind of moving. There's the dodo right there, so you can see its stats and stuff like that, kind of, as well as it being a passive tame. Now, a passive tame is literally what we're doing right here, where we actually have a berry or any type of food source on our final inventory slot, right? And with it, we can end up interacting with the creature, and it's going to take that food out of our inventory, right? Dodo. Okay, let's call it Ung. Which is only a reference that so many people are going to understand from watching my vlog videos. But anyways, get close to a dino and hold E to interact with the interface. Yes, so we can end up doing this as well. We've got a couple different options here. We can end up picking up the dodo. Most dinosaurs you can't pick up, you can change their name. You can tell it so that it doesn't follow you. You can change its aggression, whether it's neutral, enable wandering, is it wandering around and mating, its following distance, target range for enemies and stuff like that. And more importantly is this bad boy right here, convert to a pix block. So what this is going to do is convert our dodo, our specific little dodo, into an inventory item. So this makes it so that you can carry your dinosaurs around in the world, but more importantly, if you start running into issues with lag or are on a server and there's just too many dinosaurs and stuff like that, start converting them into bricks, and then you can just put them in a refrigerator or something like that, and then they're going to be just fine. Right? And they're not going to end up actually requiring any food, whereas if you actually have them out in the world, they are going to be required, you know, you are going to be required to actually feed them. So I can put those acid berries in its inventory. But either way, dude, I thought that was like such a cool feature when I saw that, like seriously. And then we can also play this game in first person, but I just like third person. It's just better, honestly speaking. Let's try and get ourselves this Packy right here, because he's going to be the first creature that we can end up actually taming. And then let's also get ourselves a little bit more damage as well as health. Yeah, I want some health. And then we can get some engrams so we can get ourselves the rest of our cloth armor set. We can't end up getting ourselves a spear yet, but we can end up getting ourselves the storage. We could build ourselves a house, or at least start getting ready to build a house, but I don't know. It's going to be a pretty slow process for all that stuff. The map itself is very cool. We actually have a quest generated nearby, which that's a pink one, which is go exploring. So as soon as we end up taming this guy, I want to go and check that out with you guys and actually see what that quest is going to end up being. Now, there's going to be other creatures like a trike, for example. Let's call this one Budge, after my dog Jub. Of course, I'm having like an evil version of it, right? So anyways, you haven't accepted any quests. You can always open the quest manager right there, and that's going to be a way that you can end up kind of just checking out all your quests and stuff like that, right? Because as we end up going over here, let's go check this out. Where is this quest? It's hanging out right across this ridge somewhere, and hopefully it's going to end up telling us what it does, because it's actually really, really cool how the quests actually operate in this game, you guys. Like, seriously, where is it? It's still right in front of us, it says. Where is it? No, seriously. Like, where is this thing hiding? Our Packy's following us. Oh, we got 2 dungeons, I think. Right? Unless this quest generated underground. Nope. It's over here. Maybe it's right in front of the dungeon? That would be bad. We don't want that to happen, because then we would end up running into some serious trouble, because there's going to be, like, skeletons in there and stuff. Yeah, we actually do have 2 dungeons. There's this one, and there's one right over that mountain right there. Dude, that's cool. Okay, let's craft some stuff here. Let's get ourselves some wooden tools here. A club is going to be used to knock creatures out. This is going to end up requiring some leather, which means we do have to kill some fools. Which now we actually have an axe, so that's going to be pretty decent for actually knocking things, or killing things. The club is for actually knocking creatures out. I guess we could try and tackle this dungeon. Hello, Parasaur. Freak. I don't know how we're supposed to tame one of those monsters this early on. Like, seriously, it would just absolutely destroy my face. But let's get ourselves some more thatch and berries and junk like that, because that's going to be more resources. I'm tapping E like an idiot all over all of these resources. And I do want to point out that although it is annoying that we have to jump up each individual block, there is an auto jump, which is very similar to what they have in Minecraft. So it does make it a lot easier for you to actually navigate the environment and stuff like that. But further than that, when you're on a dinosaur, because that's kind of the whole goal of this game, is to capture everything and give it a saddle and take care of it and love it and, you know, be its best friend, right? But the dinosaurs will actually just walk up the terrain like no problem. Like, they don't even care. It's just like, this is my place, you know? So what should we end up doing? I think that because this dungeon is right here, we could start setting up our house right inside this mountain. We will get into the building a little bit later, but honestly speaking, I don't really have that much of a desire to start building until we end up getting to my server, because when we're on the server, then it's like, oh, we're building something and it's gonna last like a very long time, right? And it's gonna be like really, really cool, as opposed to right now, it's like the building is like so slow and clunky that I almost just don't want to end up touching it unless we have to, you know what I mean? So I kind of want to make our entrance a little bit more obvious here, and by which I mean we're going to end up kind of just digging out a nice little hole right here, setting up a doorway, and what can I say? That's going to be our house. We're going to be living in a cave like a caveman, which is going to make perfect sense because we've got all sorts of dinosaurs trying to kill me and eat my face. All right, so we also ended up leveling up, so we can make ourselves a Packy saddle right here, and then we don't really need any of these other things outside of the sleeping bag is going to be useful. The rope ladder potentially could be useful in the later runs of the game, but we're going to get ourselves a spear and then use this to help build your own beautiful home. I don't even know what this is. I'm going to take a peek at that. And then there's a decoration hut, which gives us access to a bunch of carpets and junk, which I don't really care. And a spear stand. I like that. I think that's cool. We gotta try and craft ourselves the rest of this stuff, though. Like, seriously, we need booties, which requires leather. I completely forgot about that. And we also need to get ourselves one piece of rock so that we can end up getting ourselves a spear. And then we need lots and lots of leather, lots and lots of rocks for all of these other items as well, which, is this rocks? I think that's rock, because it's taking an absurd amount of time to chop down. Yep, that's rocks. Yikes. Well, it looks like we have, I can only assume this is copper ore, right? Is it Packy? I don't know, Budge. Anyways, let's see if we can make a saddle. No, we need some leather. Okay, the hut thingamabob is pretty cool. I want to check this out. Let's also make ourselves a spear. And the decoration hut, I'm not particularly, like, I'm not really like, oh, we have to get this right now. Like, it's not really that big of a deal. I want to see what this thing is all about, though. Like, really, is this going to just give us, like, a couple quick and easy items or something? Placement range. What placement range? Why does it say we can only place it in certain areas? Well, anyways, let's plop it down. Get close to your building and hold E to show the interaction interface. This is kind of cool. I like it. I kind of want to destroy like all of the junk that's around us just so that we don't really... Oh my. Okay, structure. Stone. Oh, so this is just used to make stone and marble building supplies. Okay, well that's not really... we don't really need that then, honestly speaking. That was kind of a waste of time, but oh well. We need leather though, right, Packy? Yeah, let's go do it, Budge. We gotta go and find ourselves some creatures that we can kill and get ourselves some leather off of. Is there anything around? Well, there's a rabbit right there, but that's not really a big enough kill to give ourselves more leather than we need. Like, seriously. Climbing up the terrain is a little bit gross. Like, seriously. Let's get ourselves a spear. And it says we have 1 of 1 because you can't actually throw these weapons. However... we're just gonna be stabbing this guy in the face instead. Get him, Budge! We got him, dude! Yeah! Alright, he's down for the count. Let's get ourselves as much leather as we can. Ooh, we got a lot out of him. I like that. Good. And we needed that for our Packy saddle. So now, we can already put it on this guy. And now Budge is our best friend ever. That's so cute! Look at him! Oh, that's so cool. So each of the dinosaurs, well, not each of them necessarily is going to end up having a special attack, but they are going to have a normal attack. So this guy's just a headbutt, but he also does have a special, which is a right-click dashing charge move. And the cool thing about this guy is the fact that because he's kind of like got this headbutting thing, he actually does operate in that he's going to, like... he knocks things out. Like, he actually gives creatures torp, which torpidity is going to end up being what knocks a creature out, right? So let's give ourselves some more stats right here, and then we can't actually craft any or go to the next tier just yet. Do we want to go into the dungeon, though? We've been sitting right here the entire time. I think female raptor. Nope, we're not going into there. That would just absolutely wreck me, like, seriously. So you know what? I think we're probably going to end up calling it here for today, folks. And otherwise, I'm going to continue our little build right here, see if I can end up getting ourselves a little bit of a decent house before the next episode, right? So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. Hope that you enjoyed and hope that you're going to be enjoying this new series because we're going to be playing this game for a very long time. Like, seriously, I'm really excited about it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. And if you want to support me, you can always check links in the description for my merch store, Gawkbox, which is a way you can donate to me for free, or you can just use my YouTube sponsorship. Sign on and stay epic, everybody.